I'm sorry. I wasn't even with you. I was doing something else. Good morning. Question. I do have a question. I always got questions. I don't have none of the answers. I got some ideas, but I got some questions. Why do we call it the news? What is it what they call? Why do we call it the news? Is anything new on it? Anybody see anything new? I don't see anything new. I don't think we should call it the news anymore. I think we should call it the old. That's what I see. I see oldness. I don't see any newness. Good morning, everybody. We're a little late this morning. I don't see anything new. I see Littlefinger. Every time I see Littlefinger. Littlefinger, Littlefinger, Littlefinger. That's all I say. Littlefingerisms. That's all. Littlefingerisms. And I want y'all, the kingdom, to stop fingering me. Littlefinger. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Ever watch Game of Thrones? Oh, hold on. I'm off running my mouth again. I have to press some buttons here. I don't see anything new in the news. I don't see anything new. I see the kingdom, lords, lying to people, different segments of the population to get different behaviors out of them. I don't see anything new. We're going to look at the news today. I want to see something new. The BMX thing was new yesterday, but that wasn't even new. Nah, BMX wasn't new yesterday. Kids been doing crazy, dumb things to make money a long time. No. I think we should call it the olds. I don't think we should call it the news anymore. I think we should call it the olds, because it's the same thing. I'm at the Game of Thrones. This is the ice wall back here. This is the ice wall. This is what kind of analogy I'm thinking about. You know, we're behind the ice wall. We don't know what the hell is going on anywhere outside of our borders, but the news, which is always old, tells us what's happening. And then we get behaviors out of it. We figure out who we need to fight, who we need to attack. Winter's always coming. There's always some wildlings. There's always something bad going on. And that's Littlefinger. Y'all see Littlefinger right there? Littlefinger, for the sake of today's discussion, we shall call him Weinstein. I don't know, maybe we call him CBS. Can we call him NBC? We'll call him Fox. Because it's always old, right? Because manipulation, everything is manipulation. And let me be clear. I'm not saying that the news isn't true. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it's old, right? They want you to be against somebody because winter's coming, some wildlings acting up, they ain't doing the right things. Littlefinger got people to finger, and so he's always behind the news. And what's the other guy's name? What's the fat guy's name? Whisper? What's the Whisper guy's name? Y'all know, if y'all didn't watch the Game of Thrones, y'all need to. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Good morning, everybody. Let me see, did I share this out? I shared it out. But that's what I think. I think we're behind the ice wall, and I think because we can't see into that kingdom, our lords are always lying to us about what's happening in that kingdom. Because they want to go rob, steal, kill, destroy somebody, or they want us to plow harder, right? Because if you're scared that winter's coming, they might get some behavioral change out of it. So I think we need to call it the olds. Most people I know who watch the news about special is a bag of bricks. Special, not dumb, but just special. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Patricia. Good morning, Lori. There's nothing new under the sun. Solomon, go on, Lori. Solomon, y'all know where Lori got that? Nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new. I know you think it's new. You think it's new. Nope, the lords are still poisoning us. They're killing us. They're destroying the water. They're trying to get us to work harder. They want us to plow. They want us to make cotton gin so we can be more productive in the fields. Nothing's ever changed. It's all the same thing. Oh my goodness, good gracious have mercy. Good googamoog. I cannot tell you what I found out yesterday. I didn't find out anything new yesterday. I didn't find out anything new. It was old, but it damn sure was confirming. I don't know why people come. I have no idea. I think half the time the CIA, somebody's sending people to me. I've run into people who work in Washington, a lot of family who work in Washington, and OMG. I will not tell you what this person had told me. You're two people. I ain't gonna tell you what they told you. Washington inside. Always just for the kingdom's sake, never for mine. All right, I get upset. So we're at the Game of Thrones today. That's why I think we're at the Game of Thrones, and they always got something in the background. They always got a little something for you. Try to get you mad at this person. Tell you bad guys coming. Get your sword, get your spear. I grow your food. I poison your mind and your brain. That's what the news is. The news is. Let me find the other guy. What's the other guy's name? Fat dude. That's what I'm talking about. The fat dude. He's lying all the time. One is CNN and the other is Fox. Hang on. The Whispers, he called Whisper or something. King of Whisper? They killed him, didn't they? I think they burned him at the cross or something. This guy right here, hang on. Right here. Let me show you this guy. This guy, Whisper guy. What is his name? All right, hold on. I can only play a minute of that. I can't really play it. You play it too much. They flag you. It's like, all right, oh, here we go. I don't believe in copyrights. I don't believe none of that. I think people can have copyrights. I don't think that corporations should have copyrights, but that's me. Where's the other lie? Where's CNN? Hold on. I got Fox right there. This might be, nope, that's not it. Oh, that's jacked up this morning? All right, I gotta make a new one. Hold on. Boom. Oh, this is why. This is why. Ah, that's why. My news wasn't coming out. I didn't have my news feed. So, okay, there it goes. Now my news feed, now my old feed is up. I know you don't know what I'm doing, but behind the scenes, I have to do all of this crazy stuff to have a conversation in the morning with you guys. Let's see. Smart selection. Let me highlight the news feed, and then I can show you what I want to show you. That's not news, that's old. Whatever that is old. This guy right here, what's his name? Varies, the master whisperer. Susan on the spot. Varies, always the master whisperer. Because if you don't know what's happening in the other kingdom, then they can get you to do dumb stuff. They can tell you the other kingdom hates you, the other kingdom doesn't like your freedoms. The other kingdom hates you for your liberties. They can tell you these lies. What's his name? Varies. Because it varies. It's variable. CNN and Fox are variable. See, we're gonna call them. I don't even know who's opposing who anymore, but I know they're all lying. Mostly, sometimes telling the truth. But even if the story is true, they're telling you in a selective way, and they're only giving you selective information because they want you to do something. Let me see. I got bored with Game of Thrones. Did you? Sacrilege, Lori. Sacrilege. You get blocked. Barry's a spider. Okay, that's his name. Barry's a spider. Never watched Game of Thrones. Too busy watching QITNB and Saw. What the hell is that? Is that Breaking Bad? Something I saw for Christian. Let me see. News olds. A new olds and an old news. All right. I can't see that screen. Let me look over here. All right. And I'm not. Hang on. That's something I was going to say. But that's what I don't think. Oh, I got to post it. I was going to post it. Yeah. Why do they call it the news if it's never new? Let me post that. See if I can get people upset. You're like Trump. You think it's fake news. It is fake news. Unfortunately, Trump is in some of the communities I'm not in, and he does understand that the news is always lying to people. The conversation I had yesterday. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. I mean, the NSA, they know. The CIA and FBI, because they can track my phone. They know who I was around yesterday. Let's just say up big time Washington insiders know what the hell is going on. And the things that they done told me, oh, I ain't voting. No. I know it's a tease, but I'm sorry. I'm just going to have to tease you because I ain't. Confirmed. This is what I'll do. Yesterday, when I talked to people in Washington that don't believe, you ever notice that people leave Washington, don't believe Washington? They fight to get elected. Get our support. We need your vote. They get the power to get in, fight. We're going to help the people. And they're like, oh, that's really what's going on? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I don't want to win next term. I think, you know what? Oh, damn it. Is this Washington? I didn't mean Washington, D.C. I meant Washington State, y'all. I wanted to be elected to Washington. Everything is for the kingdom. Just keep this in mind. Everything is for the kingdom, and you are not the kingdom. You are a serf from within. Oh, I confirmed a bunch of things. Hell no, I ain't voting. Not after yesterday. Stuff he told me, confirmed that these whistleblowers say. All I'm going to say is the whistleblowers are not lying. They are not lying, and the news from beyond the wall is always a lie. It's not new, it's always old. Always old. Trump is 100% correct. Hashtag fake news. Patricia, you cannot take that from Trump. You will not take that away from Daddy Trump. You will not, he was right. And every president does something good, I think, for the people. It's never the laws, it's never the regulations, never any of that, because they kill him for that. Which is what, oh, goodness, I can't even tell you. Because people tell you stuff in confidence, and I'm just like, oh. All right, so the news is always a lie. It's always a lie from the perspective in what it wants you to do, how it wants you to act, because it's always playing you like Littlefinger, right? It always got something for you. And they all like, oh, damn it, y'all in a war? Did we do that? did we do that? It's like Littlefinger in this conversation he was having with the princess. I forgot her name. Because he done gave some news, he done took her some places, and some really horrible things happened to her. All the things that happened in the American freedom and democracy wars, right? All the things that happened to the little girls in the freedom and democracy wars happened to this young lady. And later on, she was deciding, do I need to murder you? And she said, well, what happened to you? He knew exactly what that little monster did. Same damn thing that happens in every Democrat and Republicans war. That's why I don't know y'all vote. I have no idea why y'all still vote. Anyway, never trust it. Never believe what's beyond the wall. They're always gonna lie to you about what's beyond the wall. Which led me to yesterday's conversation. Oh my God, I want to tell y'all so bad. Goodness gracious. All right, all right, I'll say it another way, because we talked about this before. When the kings and lords come and they discover a new land, they're never going to tell you about the new land. You get to find out the new land much later. When Europe got to America and wasn't new here. It was old. And yeah, and various civilizations lived here. But they didn't tell the people about it. They didn't tell the people behind the wall about it. They didn't tell us about it. Why? Because then you figure out how to exploit it and use it against us. All right? If by chance, oh, Christina's so hard. I don't even know how to say it. If by chance we actually went anywhere, all right, I'll move on. I'm gonna look at the news today. I'm gonna stop because I honestly, there's just too much. It's just too much. It's too much. Be a conspiracy theorist. All right, be a conspiracy theorist. Listen to people who worked in Washington and left. All right, listen to those people. We get accidentally, you get some human beings in there who believe in the country and they believe in democracy and freedom, leave everybody alone, that rape is a bad idea, that trafficking weapons isn't good, and nuclear weapons aren't positive, that government should never lie. Listen to those people. Now, I can't say nothing else on that. I'll just repeat what JFK said. All right? All these technologies need to be open sourced. They do not mean you anything good. All of them. All of them. You cannot have a government with secrets. If they got secrets, it's not your government, it is your enslavers. The plantation master always lied to the slaves, never gave them the true perspective on what was on the other side of the wall so that they would work harder. Same thing with the European lords who colonized everybody. Same thing with the African lords when they were colonizing everybody, all right? They never tell the peasants what's true. You just tell the peasants what they need to know, what makes them feel good, and what will make them plow harder, okay? Make bankers bank more, accountants account more, doctors doctor more, nurses nurse more, because there's something greater they're doing and they need your labor to keep doing it, all right? And they'll lie to you about it until they fully have exploited it, and after they fully exploit it, whatever it is they're exploiting in another land, then they'll let you know. Never trust varies, the whisperer. He's whispering for a damn reason, and everything he says varies. And never trust Littlefinger because he wants to finger you, okay? He wants to finger the world, all right? And he ain't gonna kiss you later. All right, turn that off. Boom! See what y'all saying, and we'll go look at the old, see if there's anything new in the old. If anything new, that's why I like RT, because every now and then they'll have something new in the old, or the perspective they'll give you. It gives you a sense of the new, reminding you that it's old. Between the cracks, you gotta whisper between the cracks. You know, you can't have power. It's a good quote I posted this morning, actually, by the way. Who said this? Something about it, those who have power, Saj Guru said it, those who have power will always exploit it. Always exploit it. Always. Not sometimes, not on Sunday, not before 10:30. If they got power, they will exploit it, unless they're not a human being. The brother questioned me. He said, well, that's not always. There's some leaders that are righteous. And I was like, oh, yeah. I said, all right, I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be fair. Saj Guru don't know every damn thing. Know a lot more than I do, but he'll know every damn thing. I agree with that. Okay, there's some righteous leaders. There are some righteous leaders, but ain't none of them alive today. In the history of human uncivilization, there might have been 5. I don't know, 5. I might give you 7. People who didn't fit in and they actually were righteous. Short of that, everybody else was human. And we know what humans do with power. All right. They use their experiences, and it might even be well-meaning, but they'll use their experiences and they will exploit the power. That's a guarantee. It is an absolute guarantee, and it's every single leader you got. All your Hollywood people, because we're all born in a certain place. You're given certain experiences. You don't have a universal sensing. You don't have that yoga oneness. And when you get in positions of power, because of what power is, like the forces that are pulling on you and this and that and the other, eventually you're gonna fall back on your birth indoctrination. Eventually, you're gonna fall back on your birth bigotry, and you're gonna exploit that power in a way that you might think is helping, in a way you might think is righteous, but it excludes communities that you have not been exposed to. So all power exploits. You can't have power on this planet. We're just not evolved enough for you to tell anybody else how to live or what to do. We just are not that evolved yet. They will always become the little fingers, the varies and finger you and vary with the information. All right, Orange is the New Black. Great show, Better Call Saul. Okay, Patricia, you didn't finish that, you running late. Do your homework, girl. Orange is the New Black. And you know what, when you're done with Orange is the New Black, which is a prison show, if y'all don't watch the prison shows, you need to watch the prison shows. Patricia, I don't like to watch them, but I have to watch them. The reason I have to watch them, because they have a lot of stories, they have a lot of nuances in there that are true, that we do today in the prison system. And I know, because I know people that came out the prison system and they don't talk about the prison system, right? They don't talk about Fight Club because they understand what Fight Club is, and they will put them right back in Fight Club, and it's literally a Fight Club. Shouldn't be nobody in prison under the age of 26 because they're all kids. They don't have frontal lobes. Nobody should belong there. It's never the kid's fault. It's always our fault. Always. But when you're done with Orange is the New Black, Patricia, watch Westwood. I think it's called, is it called Westwood? Wentworth. That's the UK prison show. And you see how different they are and completely not different. Nothing new over there, nothing new. They talk funny, they got weird jokes and stuff, but it's all the same thing. It's nothing new, it's old. Slavery is slavery. It's from here to the moon. I'm done with Orange is the New Black. Better Call Saul, I kind of fell off on. And Wentworth. I'm about to finish up. Y'all should watch it. We're here for the voiceless. Like I said, I'm here for the children. I'm here for the voiceless. And those are the people who are abused the most. So that's the priority in my book. Got in trouble for it yesterday, but that's okay. I'm not here to make friends with everybody. I'm not here to agree with everybody. I'm here to say things that are true. All right? And by the way, Patricia reminded me, kids don't get A's. Kids don't get B's. Kids don't get C's. Kids don't get D's. They don't get E's. And kids do not get F's, okay? When your baby come home and they got that look on their face because they got the C on the test, I want you to know, do you know who they were testing? Do children get grades? Maybe that's a good question. Do children get report cards? Do they? See, I think we need to think about things in new ways, too. I think we need to stop thinking about things in old ways. See, I was indoctrinated to be brought up. When I got bad grades, oh, man. Oh, goodness gracious. Tom wasn't playing. That brother was bad. Well, all kind of punishment and ways and spankings and take my G.I. Joes and all kind of crazy stuff. Couldn't rent movies. Y'all don't know what renting movies is? We used to have these things called Betamaxes. We used to rent movies. Kids don't get report cards. And that's the funny thing. I think we need to think about things in new ways. When the teacher writes up the grades, is the teacher grading the kid or is the teacher grading themselves? Think about that for a minute. I think the education system is broken, completely broken. I think we ruined it. It's not a hit on teachers because we're not allowing teachers to teach. We don't allow professors to profess. We don't allow doctors to doctor. We have central management systems that broke every damn thing because in a way, they have walls of their own. A report card, a grade, is what's being handed from the teacher about the teacher. It's what's being handed to the parent about the parenting. and damn sure to the society of what they prioritize. There isn't a child on this planet that ever got an F in, not in my perspective, not in my new perspective. Now I'm kind of thinking about things. My eyes are opening. Kids are just great mimickers. They mimic what we do. They mimic what we say. They mimic us. They mimic our laziness. Okay? They mimic, ADHD. I got to get on this ADHD too, because I was thinking about this. ADHD, what the hell is this? Can we get past this? Can we get past this? Is ADHD the failure of a child? Is it? What does ADHD mean? Does that mean, did I say it right, ADHD? Does that mean that your child is broken, you need to give them some drugs? Is that what it means? Because a lot of people still believe this. They still believe that it means that their kids, damn it, I got a broken kid. No, your kid ain't broken. What does that mean? That means your education system's boring. It means that you're not educating kids, you're putting them to sleep. You have kids that are moving faster, their brains are working beyond what the teacher can. And so the idea of drugging them into like drudgery and slowness to slow down to work with your teacher is a mistake. But that kid, if he's got a brain, she's got a brain, is firing different ways, she can't sit still, you need to make an outdoor classroom for them. They're looking outside, looking at all the green stuff out there, the bushes and the trees. You need to let them go out there. You need to have classes out there. To me, that's an education system. You're making them sit down and learn slow things at a slow pace that it bores them into they just don't want to do anything, and child suicide rates go up because we can't actually change the education system because we like to blame kids and drug them because it's their fault, because they're broken, because they don't fit in our broken, bust up world. All right, I'm done. That was probably a follow-on from yesterday. I don't understand people who blame children for the jacked up society they're born in. I don't understand that mindset. I think we need to think about things. I think that's old. That's what I think. I think that's old too. I think that we don't call that news. I think we call that old. Kids are sick and tired of your education system because it sucks. All right? Kids rather leave the damn planet than stay here. That's a hint. Okay? We don't have an education system. We got an indoctrination, mental illness, slowness-based clone manufacturing system. All right? I know, I'm just gonna sit here and yell this morning. I just don't think it's the kids. I don't think the kids are broken. I think they're fixed. And I think they're like some people mad like the kids broken. Damn it, we did good. We done voted and we made sure we built an education system, not a prison management system, not a system for pharmaceutical management. All right, let me see. The school system needs a complete overhaul. Yes, brother Pat, I'm with you. Pat, I'm with you. I'm sorry, Pat. I'm with you. I think the entire education system, the whole damn thing needs to collapse with America. I'm sorry. Oh, and that was yesterday's conversation too. Woo! Good times are not ahead, y'all. Oh, Lord have mercy. Good times are not ahead. Remember I told y'all a little while ago that most of the people I knew, or some of them that I knew, in Washington, they all had bunkers and land off grid. There's two people actually, they confirmed it. They was just like, yeah, take care of your children, plant some seeds. Collapses always kind of happen. He confirmed a whole bunch of stuff I was thinking about. So anyway, how's everybody doing this morning? Y'all doing good? Are the kids still the problem? Anybody upset with that? It's not the kids. We need to change the kids to be more like us. All right. I do want to look at the old. Can we look at the old this morning? I want to look at the old. There's a lot of things going through my mind. I think we just need to stop believing the stinky finger. That's not his name. Not stinky finger. Littlefinger. I think we should stop believing the Littlefingers. It's stinky finger. I don't know. Stop. Just leave me alone. I'm a man. It happens. It's just what we are. All right. We can't hear you. Laura, you can't hear me? You got to go back out and come back in, darling. You got to go out, come back in. They turn it off every now and then because they're like, uh-oh. Who was he talking to yesterday? That's the CIS. What the hell? Damn it, I like that Gerard dude. I like him, but I got to do my job. I need some bacon on the table. I got my kids, they got to go on that field trip. I ain't losing this job for no damn Gerard. Hell no, I ain't using this job. All right. Hey, Bob, who was Gerard talking to yesterday? Pull up his cell phone and pull up the proximity alert. I need to know everybody who was around him yesterday and who worked in Washington, D.C., and it kind of sounds like the person really had ability to look at top secret information. Please put that together, put it in the search, and let me know when it's done. It's like, boop, done. Huh? Well, I just asked you for it. It's already done. It's already there. It's already done? It's already done. Damn, I guess Snowden wasn't lying. I guess we do got databases that do that. Okay, who was he with? Gerard, he was talking to this person, he was talking to this person, he was talking to that person. Oh. First of all, this dude talk too damn much. Why he talk to everybody? Isn't it encoded in the news that people that look like him aren't supposed to be liking people who are like that? Damn, he talked to everybody. Why he talk so damn much? All right, anyway. Oh, yeah, he did talk to somebody who they had some inside information. Okay, turn on just the shadow ban for him. Just hit the button and the AI will slowly silence certain people that's talking on the thread. Lori, that's what happened to your sound, girl. That's what happened to your sound. All right. But that's how it all works. That's how it all works. I think it's a bad idea to continue with this. And, you know, the people, our friends in the CIA and FBI, they're going to do their job. They're going to fill their bellies. I'm trying to tell you. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. They come knocking on my door right now in the MRAPs and the SWAT team. And like, oh, he's got a gun. It's like, no, it's not a gun. It's coffee. It's a gun. No, it's not. Seriously. Look, it's right here. It's Admiral Dickerson's. What? He's got his dick out in the coffee. But I wouldn't blame him. I don't blame one bit. I don't blame him one bit. This is what we vote for. We want a police state. We want to live behind the wall and act stupid and act like the king's going to send out scouts behind the wall and come back and tell us the truth. So we believe Fox and CNN and we fight with our neighbors behind the wall and not the kings and the lords who built the wall to keep us stupid. I know there's some analogies there. I know some of my Trump friends, y'all think the wall is to keep people out. That is not the purpose of the wall. All right. Let's look at the news. Let's look at the news. There's got to be something in the news. There's got to be something new in the news. All right, let's find something new. Let's see if we find something new. I don't think there's anything new in the news. I'd almost guarantee you it's going to be old. It's almost always old in the news. Ain't nothing new in the news. Hang on, clean up that, get rid of that. And is Lori, does your sound okay? Everybody sound okay? Did you got to go out and come back in? You was posting too much yesterday. You said something that was true. They didn't appreciate it, so they didn't got you on the list. Everybody's on the list. If you're in America, everybody's on the list because we vote to be on the list, okay? Everybody wants everybody on the list. That's what we vote for tyranny, we vote for the plantation, and you're not going to not have a plantation while everybody keeps voting for it. Americai. Anybody know what Americai is? It's pig Latin. It's for pig Latin for I vote for my self-destruction because I hate my neighbor. Because it gives me ego and credits and points on it gives me top fan badges on politicians' Facebook pages. It is, it's pig Latin. Look it up. Americai. Look it up. I'm trying to you think I don't lie. I don't lie. Look it up. If you can't find it, your Google is broken. Your Google ain't working. You need to try Ecosia, all right? Google is broken. You shouldn't use Google. You can't find on Ecosia. It's something you don't know how to spell it. And now I can tell you how to spell Americai. All right, let's go. Let's little Stinky Finger. All right, you got to go. Let's move him out the way. Bye-bye, Stinky Finger. Let's look in the news. Whew, anything new in the news? Let's look. I always like looking at the news. I like looking at the news with my friends. I don't like looking at the news with like people who are serious. That bothers me. It's just annoying when people take the stuff seriously. All right, what we got? Is this the same thing as yesterday? JP Morgan's in the new and old again? JP Morgan hoarding silver. Was that yesterday? Is this like fake news? No, this is JP Morgan in the old again. Okay, well, they're hoarding silver. That's not new. That's old. Iran is ready for the U.S. aggression. That's not new. The U.S. is aggressive. You're going to be you're a police state and empire. You got to have some aggressions. Former UN weapon inspector. Okay, but that's not new. This is Iraq. It's old. It's the same thing. They flipped the name. Same damn stupid thing. You got people cheering. We're going to go give them democracy and freedom and free the people. And meanwhile, nobody owns land in America. Oh, yesterday. And there's some other old I found. It's a brother. I forgot his name. He's a comedian. He's got a talk show. Somebody else I was talking to. Damn it, Susan's here. I posted the article. New Jersey. Did y'all hear about New Jersey property taxes? Y'all play about property taxes in the year? Did the lords get y'all playing property taxes, anywhere in the world? I think it works this way in every state. Because you know how, like, the people can't own land. They convince you to come over here and murder a bunch of people, steal their land and everything. You don't own the land. Nobody owns the land. You're not allowed. You're a peasant. You're a peasant. You live in flea bottom, or you're a wildling. You don't get to own land. You get to kill people for them, and then they abuse you later. So there was a rule. There's a rule in New Jersey, a little hidden secret law. Just keep this in mind. It's a big club and you ain't in it. They talk about these things at country clubs when you're not around. Because you can't actually get in the country club. It's probably posted as a bulletin in the country club. In certain country clubs, not all of them, certain ones. If you own 6+ animals, you don't have to pay property. No, your property taxes are like pennies on the dollar. Something to the effect of your property taxes are $15 an acre if you own more than 6 farm animals. I'm gonna tell you what, is that Susan? I'd lose my damn mind. Anybody else live in Pennsylvania, Jersey? I used to drive around here like, damn, these people got all these big, nice houses, all this land. Just, you're driving for 2 minutes, you're still on the same style fence. Like, dang, they got a lot of land. And then you get to the end of the woods or something, you see a big gate, and you see like 7 llamas. Like, oh, they like llamas. Like, oh, they keep the rich people, they like llamas. That's so nice. They like llamas. And you see some alpacas. Oh, look at the alpacas. Hey, kids, get your cameras. Look. Oh, they must be nice rich people. They got exactly 6 horses. And like after a while, you start wondering, like, how come everybody that got like over 1 million acres of land, they got 6 horses? Why they got 6 horses in the front of them? Because when you have when you have over 6 farm animals, you're allocated a farm, which means you're paying $15 per acre, while the poor people paying $15,000 an acre. Oh, they got you. Somebody told me about that yesterday. I was dying laughing. That was hilarious. Like, people mad. I know you mad. I know. All right, I'm gonna stop laughing. I know some people. I know you lost your house. I get it. I know your kids had to switch schools and they went through all. And I'm not laughing at that. That's real. But it's real talk in terms of they're always lying about something. They're always writing laws and they're playing these games. And I'm trying to tell you, it's about the cronyism. Stop focusing on the capitalism or the socialism or the democratism or the republicanism or any of the dumb stupid isms. It's always about cronyism. You get to be in the club if you make them a lot of money. They don't give 2 damns about your color, your religion. If you can make them money, you get to be low on the club. Short of that, you ain't even in the club. And I would bet you, all across America, every state has a little quiet law that allows them to escape it. And you can't fit in. People are like, well, I got 3 acres, I'm about to lose my house. I'm gonna get 6 animals. Well, yeah, so the gatekeepers that approve you to actually get in there, that's number one. This is one way in probably many ways they don't pay property taxes. These are these class locking maneuvers that they do. And that ain't new, that's old. That ain't new, that's old. They got class locking things everywhere. And then you get the dummies in the class to fight each other over the color of their skins. That's how you stay on top. That's how you stay on top. That's how you keep everything locked in your family, just in case one of them poor bastards, I don't know who's Megs, one of them poor bastards named Megs married. In case you have a child that's a savant. You have a child that's a Nikola Tesla or Einstein. Hell no, we can't let you get up here. We're gonna lock you into poverty. But they always have these class locking things. But that's kind of how I see it. The property taxes pay for school education. They spend 6% on education and spend 60% on the military per GDP. Exactly, Betty. And this is my point. That's my point. Is this a government that's for you and I and love and America the beautiful and everybody working together and love and hippie? Is that? No, it's not, is it? Right. That's America for the wealthy. Not the rich, because the rich, they want to be in the club. They ain't in the club. They're wealthy, the ones who own resources. They literally have millions of acres. Do chickens count, Patricia? Do chickens count? That's a good question. Patricia, if chickens count, you must have chickens. I need to see your bank statement. That's what they do. They look at the law, like, and see any animals that count. Let's look at the bank statement. How much money you got in the bank? Oh no, you don't have. You only got about. You got. Does she have it over $5 million in the bank? No, the chickens don't count. They don't. That's how it works. All right, I'm done. I'm just saying, it's a big club. You can get the farm animals. You ain't gonna be in it. I guarantee you know the right people. You golf with the right people. You got 5 goldfish. It'll count. Not 6, but 5. And they're like, yep, farm. This is a farm. You have a little goldfish tank, you just put it in the front window of the mansion. All right, what else we got? No, this is yesterday's news. This is old. What happened to RT? This is 13 hours old, isn't it? This isn't new. This is all old. Well, maybe RT knew that we were talking about old today. This is all old. I guess we'll go down to the old stuff, because this is nothing new. We're the Viking stuff. That's where we stopped yesterday. I don't see the bikers. Ooh. No, we did that. U.S. Navy admits the leak. Didn't we do this yesterday? U.S. Navy admits the leaked UFOs are real. Can we do that? Didn't I do that? I don't know if I did that. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. Did we talk about that yesterday? Y'all need to stop trusting these people. Facebook to form a Supreme Court. I just leave it at this. I can't really say nothing. I just say your elites, they found America. They didn't tell you about America for about 1,000 years. They found out the Chinese was here, the Africans was here, the Australians were here, all the Europeans were here, and none of the poor people back there knew what the kings found, because they were over here murdering people. If the kings went to space, and if they're going to space, they are not going to tell you. It's not your business. They'll make something called NASA to lie to you, to make you think this is the reality, and it's not. All right. It's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not. They create something called NASA to keep you plowing the fields and not let you know what's really going on. This looks like it's all old. This is all actually old. This is old. This isn't even old. This is old. Did RT get banned or something? 16 hours. U.S. government and tech executives tackle election interference. Oh, they're going to tackle election interference? I'm going to watch that. This might be new. Y'all think this might be new? They're going to help us to take over our government and control it so we can use our money for children and education and not have property taxes.
All right, as the 2020 presidential election.
Let's see if this is new.
Elections nears. U.S. national security officials are meeting with social media tech giants in hope of preventing what they call election interference from...
Oh, look at this, y'all. The tech giants, they gonna save us. I'm getting all warm and fuzzy on the inside. The tech giants that are spying on us. The tech giants that got pictures of all your kids naked on the toilet with smartphones. They're gonna save us, y'all. The tech giants that sit around all damn day trying to figure out new ways to make big, massive metal machines that drop bombs on your head and murder you. They gonna save us with the government. Somebody said the other day, who was that one of these brothers that I got a friend to fight for? I'm looking at this, I was laughing. He had a quote on his page, he said, guns don't kill people, government kills people. Does government kill people or big tech giants that make guns?
Foreign intervention. But as they attempt to find common ground, both sides are blaming each other over their inability to share data. RT correspondent Natasha Sweet has the story.
As it stands, privacy laws limit what social media platforms can share with the government. But now some intelligence agencies say they want a closer collaboration with Silicon Valley. But what does that mean for our civil liberties? While supporters of President Trump say he won the 2016 election fair and square, there are still a majority who are convinced it was all because of Russia. One of those believers is Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg. But even though he says his company is spending billions on safety and security, Zuckerberg claims the responsibility of election policing is, quote, above his pay grade.
Which is that as a private company, we don't have the tools to make the Russian government stop. Right? Or for, you know, I mean, we can defend as best as we can, but our government is the one that has the tools to apply pressure to Russia, not us.
And now, after a recent meeting in Silicon Valley with the major players, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Alphabet's Google, intelligence agencies are pointing the finger back at social media giants. The NSA, FBI, Homeland Security, and the like say these platforms should be sharing more data about their users. But political analyst Steve Malzberg points out these platforms have already been sharing our information.
Under normal circumstances, I think this would raise red flags. But we're dealing already with social media platforms that already need to be regulated because they don't honor and preserve and respect the integrity of people's personal information.
It's an interesting concept since regulatory agencies have placed massive fines up to billions of dollars worth for privacy violations. And in 2018, Cambridge Analytica accessed 87 million Facebook profiles without consent for political advertising. While many Americans would support regulations for election interference, Malzberg questions if the move would turn political.
The fact that the government is asking them to cooperate on a different level is not going to change the fact that these social media platforms are biased and are favoring anybody who runs against Donald Trump.
And if President Trump is reelected, will those on the left still blame other countries even after new security measures are now in effect?
We always have to be on the lookout for a country that will legitimately influence our elections or try to hack machines or try to give out true disinformation. Nobody wants that. But Russia has been the scapegoat up till now. And if Trump wins, it will be Russia, it will be China, it will be somebody. Not that I'm a fan of China or Iran, but they will try to pin it on somebody.
Now, some conservatives who support the president claim their
All right, first of all, it's cute. It's not our elections. Literally, it's not ours. Not even our country. Not even our federal government. That's number one. But he's right about this, the whole Russia did it nonsense. I wish I could tell you. I just wish I could tell y'all some stuff. I'm going to say this. Based on the funny thing is I've known this guy for a long time. I had no idea what he did for a living. Learn Mandarin, people. That's all I'm going to say. Learn Mandarin. Doesn't really matter who the president is. Learn Mandarin. Election less. Don't pretend that this federal government is yours, and learn Mandarin.
Social media pages were temporarily suspended just weeks before any major election. We'll have to wait and see if mere Trump supporters will be labeled as interfering in 2020. In Los Angeles, Natasha Sweet.
See, to me, that's old, right? This is the same divide and conquer strategy. You want to convince people that one side's fighting for the people, the other side's not fighting for the people. In reality, both sides are fighting for the corporation. So, old. It's nothing new. This is the same old thing. Blame this side, blame that side. Wall Street gets everything. All right, it's a black market, y'all. It's a black, and that might even be a racist name, but it's a black market. Wall Street is a black market. Every nation is illegal. Every nation is a corrupt criminal cabal that robs other nations, steals what they have, and sells it to you for a fair market price. All they want to do is maintain the federal government that you have no influence in. And it's sick, but that's the reality. It's sick, but this is where we are. We only get to fix things if we act like adults. We only get to fix things if we trust historically that there's nothing new in the news. It's all old. It's all the same old divide and conquer, lie to the people. What else we got? So the big tech giants, I don't think they're going to save us. I don't think big tech giants ever came to save us. I don't think the Iron Bank saved the people. See, let me ask you a question. If the Iron Bank went to go save the people in Game of Thrones, what would the people say? If the Iron Bank's representatives showed up to Flea Bottom, hey people, we're here to help you. We're from the Iron Bank, damn it. We're gonna make sure your elections work. Do you think anybody in Flea Bottom would believe that with fleas all on them living in fecal matter? But the America will, because America's Pig Latin for I vote for my own self-destruction and I'm proud of it. Thank you very much. All right, what is this? Ooh, what is this? Facebook and to form a Supreme Court. Oh, we got to go that. We got to see this. Now, I'm not going to speak too much about Zuckerberg because he even got his people here. Brother, I'm with you. All right, I'm with you. We on the same page. If I was born Mark Zuckerberg and I was on the planet where everybody wanted me to just control every damn thing and they wanted my platform to stay on top, listen, I would do exactly what Mark is doing. I would be forming a Supreme Court. Let's look at what the Supreme Court is going to look like. This is what they're going to put us in prison.
The 2019 Cadillacs are made to
Y'all
move.
going to start to go to prison for lying on Facebook saying that the United States government had starships since the 1980s and caused everybody to run to Area 51. We're going to have some court here.
Mass violence online is being addressed on Capitol Hill today, where major social media platforms are being criticized for, guess what? They didn't do enough. But now Facebook says they are working on a new board, or what's being called their own Supreme Court. Doesn't that sound intimidating? And they want them to handle moderation and tough content decisions. So is Facebook just trying to prove they can police themselves, or are First Amendment rights at stake? Well, we bring in legal and media analyst and friend of the show, Lionel. Thank you for joining us on this.
Thank you.
Okay, so first I just go, how do you get on the Supreme Court? Can we just volunteer? Who exactly is going to be put on the Supreme Court? Because if it's anything like we've seen on other boards for like Google and Facebook, so now you have 10 people saying the same thing that the one person was saying all along.
Well, let me see if I can explain this the way Mark Zuckerberg, I believe, in Facebook, would want you to believe. Now, granted, bring up a very good point. How is one nominated and selected to this oversight board, or Supreme Court as it's called. How is one impeached? What precedent do they use? The idea, Scotty, is that Zuckerberg and Facebook are saying, don't look at us. I'm going to absent myself from any decision regarding political speech or limitation of speech or something that's racist, or if there's anything that's violent or anything that is perceived to be socially inappropriate, don't look at me, look at the board. Everybody's happy. That is, I think, the goal in mind.
Well, we always like goals, but does that always, I mean, we could set up.
They're giving Facebook back to you guys. This is what's happening. Facebook is your platform now. It's yours. You can elect your Supreme Court justices. They don't decide everything. The same way it works out good for you in America. You're going to have your own elections. You're going to get to elect Supreme Courts, and you run your platform. You determine what's hate speech and what's not speech, whose birth was valid and whose birth wasn't valid, who has a right to have hatred and who doesn't. You know, if Russia colluded and if not. I told you Facebook is a video game. Nobody listens to me. They take it seriously. They get upset. We got people run out there shooting up places, acting a fool, going crazy over some damn Facebook. The good thing is I don't think the millennials believe this crap. I think they look at their parents and like, you people are morons. I love you to death, but when you get old, I'm going to take your land like the federal government did. I'm going to put you in an insane asylum.
All the goals in the world, but that doesn't mean that they're going to be achieved. That being said, does Facebook and Zuckerberg actually believe that this oversight board is going to be truly independent? And are they trying to act like the police, are they wanting to really police internal affairs?
Precisely. It's almost like the way the cops have their internal affairs, the way the legal profession is also self-regulated. But also keep in mind what's coming up. There is really serious talk about antitrust litigation, of FTC investigations. And also, Scotty, think about this. What are you supposed to think if you're Jack Dorsey? Are other social media platforms to have their own oversight board? Because what's happening right now, however you want to look at this, the higher powers, the higher echelons of Facebook are really taking very serious that they've got to do something. And they've got to both satisfy the government, but also maintain independence, but act as though they're trying to do something. And in the old days, remember, this started off as just this community social platform, this kid in a dorm who wanted to bring people together. And now, look at what they've done. So he has to stave off antitrust litigation, the Justice Department, and the FTC. That's a part of this as well.
Okay, so won't Zuckerberg and Facebook use this kind of to their advantage? And it seems like they are removing their direct liability around censorship or political bias by putting this out there. But is it actually removing their liability?
Well, they're going to be able to say, first of all, we're doing something. We're trying to do something. Please, antitrust investigation, FTC, DOJ, go away. Consumers, we're doing something. Give this a shot. Let's see what happens. The question is, what happens if this oversight board decides to really act independently and tells Zuckerberg something that is absolutely antithetical to some type of internal policy or something he's wanted to do in the past? What if he then, has he created a monster? Does he say, wait a minute, that was for show. I didn't really mean this. Who knows? It's going to be interesting. And also we're going to find out who these people are, what are their terms, let's see what the records are, and what kind of precedent. But keep in mind also, Scotty, what are the other social platforms going to be doing? Is Twitter going to have theirs as well? Are we going to be looking at others? Is YouTube and Google?
Okay, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. I tried. I gave it my best shot, yo. I can't. I can't do it. I can't. Oh, boy. All right, let me ask you a question. If money makes the world go round, will a Supreme Court in the real world or a Supreme Court in the digital world, which is all still a part of the fake world in the Matrix, will they actually decide anything? Will an oversight board that needs food, bacon, and biscuits for their table in retirement, will they not have oversight by those who actually print the damn money? All right, so this is why I don't believe it. I don't believe none of it, because you got the Global Alliance in there. Mark Zuckerberg has absolutely nothing to do with Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg has as much to do with Facebook as as what do y'all call them things? Politicians have to do with laws and controlling your country. All right, that's what I really think. I think money makes the world go round. And until someone tells me something any different, that's what my 45, 46, I don't know how old how long I've been on psychopathic planet. As long as I've been here, money makes these decisions, not boards, elections, and votes, and levers, and committees. Like, you can do all of that, and it's to keep everybody busy. Because if everybody's busy, they can get away with murder. They can fly to other planets. They can have free energy and keep it from you. Keep everybody in conflict with each other so everybody doesn't have what they want. So you can have this pyramid Ponzi scheme of society called a currency system where you got a business class that fights to keep everybody beneath them while they're fighting to help them. And an upper class keeping the business class where they are because they want to stay on top of where they are. And the elites at the top just taking care of everything else, running everything. So I don't believe it. I love lying to death, but I don't believe none of it. I ain't buying none of it. I don't think that they're going to give you any influence in what's real. I think they'll give you influence in distractions only. That's my thought. That's it. I don't think that's new. I think that's old. I think kings and lords have been doing that since the beginning of time. Somebody bring back Stinky Finger. Where's Stinky Finger? Right here. Stinky Finger, his finger is stinky for a reason, okay? It's stinky for a reason. Because everything he does stinks, and when his programs are done and the information he conveys to you in the news, which is old, his finger gonna be funky because somebody got fingered, all right? And they did not get consent. No, actually, no, that's not, that part's wrong, because we consent all the time. We consent, we post, we cheer, we vote, we consent to the system. We can completely, JFK told you, outsource the technology that the citizens need to know. I ask a question another way. If you don't know the technology that your government actually has to your disposal, are you being governed? Is this something that you want to vote for? You have no idea the type of technology that they might have. And I could be totally wrong. The guy I talked to yesterday could be wrong, and the thousands of whistleblowers could all be wrong, who are trying to testify in front of Congress that the American government has free energy. And they've had it since like the 50s or 60s, and they're just keeping it from the people while they're fighting climate change. It's crazy to me. I hear so many things that just make no sense. You know, the number 3 causer of pollution on the planet, the industry? Does anybody know who that is? It's the fashion industry. It is literally the fashion industry. But you go around here to all these malls and shopping centers and everything that you go to, it got everything. Everybody got new pumps, new shirts, everything. You go to every climate change protest with just looking good, smelling good. Got the new clothes on, nobody wear any natural fibers or anything. The fashion industry. I see some of the most pretty people on the planet protesting climate change, and they just look so cute. I think the answer is climate change ain't cute, but then again, we know it's weather modification. So it's just not the weather modification they have patents on. It's actually weather modification at your local JCPenney's. That's weather modification technology too, in a sense. Weather modification system. Why? Because everybody's got to have 300. Why women got so many shoes? I know I'm always defending women. I ain't going to defend y'all on the shoe part. I can't defend you. I can't. I ain't going to sell the brothers out on that. The brothers got like 3 pairs. I might have 3 pairs of shoes, and one of them I wear like once every few years when somebody dies at a funeral or something. That's all I got. Every woman I know, oh my goodness, I didn't even go in there. I don't even want to look in the closet. You look in the closet, you can't even walk in there. Got boxes and boxes. Shoes they ain't wear since they were like 8 years old. Just shoes every daggone wear. Can't even get in the closet. Just climate change. Weather modification. All right. I'm not gonna say I'll get in trouble. All right. Somebody said thrift shops. Yes, we need to shop at thrift shops. Thrift shops are smart and intelligent, and they fight climate modification, local retail stores. Which puts Walmart and Target, all the rest of them, all at the top of their. I don't like the word climate change. I really don't like it. I like ecosystem destruction. If what you're doing is destroying the ecosystem and the ecosystem provides the oxygen and you're a human and you might need oxygen on occasion, I don't think we should do it. I don't think we should make it a part of the system. And that's pretty much every big corporation, right? They got negative externalities. None of them are profitable. All right, let me do comments. I'm gonna get out of here. But that's my take. I don't think there's anything new in the news. I think we shouldn't call it the news anymore. I think we should call it the old. Because it's all old. None of it's new. They're always fighting for us. We're fighting to change the world. Anybody see any changes? Anything changing? Ain't nothing changed since I've been born. And I'm a little bit of a student of history. I don't see anything much different. I mean, they slowly release technology to us, not enough of it. You know, they figure out how to abuse us and control us and oppress us and get us to fight each other before they release it to us. But I haven't seen anything change, and this is all old to me. That's all. I want to see something new. I'm not seeing nothing new. I'm not hearing nothing new. I see all your politicians fighting over side effects. Y'all believe it, so this is where we are. We're going to hide behind the wall till winter gets here. Winter is always coming. Something is always coming. I just don't ever believe is what your politicians say it is, because when your politicians leave, then they start being honest. While they're in office, they're not honest at all. They have to lie to you because that's the job. The job is lying to you. The job is getting you to hate your neighbor, to be an Americai. Pig Latin for I destroy my kid's future happily, proudly, and I'll keep clapping for it. Change for the worse. Yes, Lori, everything, it is worse. I have to agree with Lori. But look around, everything's so much better. Look, you know, there used to be roving bands of people raping people. Yeah, they're just not in your country. Why? Because you pushed it over to another nation, right? You're not allowed to see it because you're behind the wall and you can't actually see what's happening in other nations. That brings you your what is this? Concord Foods lemons. It brings your, what is this? Lemon from concentrate. I don't know. I'm not gonna tell you what I use that for, but but see, you oppress other people and they make it nice behind the wall, and so you don't see the wildlings, and you think, oh, things are getting better every day. And it's like, no, nothing's getting better. They're just legalizing the dark ages, and they're hiding it from you. Because the Lords always control the narrative, because they control all the media. So nothing's new in the media. It's all old. They change the name, change the country, change the technology of how they're going to murder people, change the technology and how they control the population. It's not 5G towers, but Vlad the Impaler towers with human heads on them to control the population, but 5G towers. Nothing changed. This technology flips, but it's nothing new, and people believe this crap, and so we can't do a paradigm shift to anything human. Clothes are being made to wear out faster and faster now, sadly. All right, sadly, that's Kim, sad for you, great for the black market Wall Street, right? Because what's that called? Planned obsolescence. So your pumps wear out, the soles wear down, the cars don't last as long as they used to, the houses can't stand for 15 years. Meanwhile, you're in some structures that were built 800 years ago and they're still standing. Planned obsolescence, great for Wall Street, real bad for our kids though. We used to build a house and we'd have like 8 generations living it afterwards. You know, but we don't demand these things. We just don't like our neighbor because they got chicken. We don't like our other neighbor because the music's too loud. So we need to take their music rights. And we don't like the other neighbor because they got knives or guns or something. We don't like them. We keep calling the Lords to come take care of the bad neighbors. America. That's Pig Latin. Where I hate my neighbors, so I'm going to kill the planet. I'm going to agree with the Lords destroying the ecosystem of the earth. I've been practicing. Do I really need this before I buy? Yep. You'd be surprised how much less you buy. I agree with you, Susan. Do you really need it? You know what? But I'll say I'm gonna add to that, Susan. I will first look at what it is. I'll look at where it's made. Because I'm not saying to people, don't buy things you don't want. I mean, you're supposed to try to live a good life. You got to make this nonsense sustainable. So you got to have some things that you want, not just things you need. But look, where did it come from, right? The people who made this, the manufacturing stuff that it came from, the core materials, the resources, were they robbed from another land because a billionaire owns millions of acres and slaves farming it? Or was it grown down the street? Was it grown in my state? Was it grown in my nation or land close to me? You know, is it benefiting the local economy? I believe in that. I don't really question. If I want it and it's made local, I'm going to get it. But if I want it and I don't need it and it's at a distance, I really question, how bad do I really need this? Like I cracked my cell phone the other day, Susan. I'm hanging on to it. I'm the person that nobody likes to look at the cell phone because you can't read the screen. Look at this. I know how to read the screen. You just have to move the scroll bar past the crack. That's how you move the scroll bar. Now you can see. Now you can read it. You just can't read where the and the little spiderweb crack came from. Right? I know it comes from slave minerals. I know they got slaves who manufacture it, who mine it, and who deliver it to me. And I know it's all stolen. And so I do as little as I can to support black markets. I don't invest in Wall Street best that I can because I know what it is. It's a slave plantation. The warning basically stated that I hadn't done anything wrong yet, but what you do, Miss T? What you do? Miss T, you know you ain't supposed to be doing nothing. What you do? I can't see the top of your comment. You up to something. I know you up to something. I know because your name is Miss Tree. I know I said Miss T again, Miss Tree. I know your name is Miss Tree, and that means you must like trees, tree hug or something. That means you're a domestic terrorist. I know you've been doing something. We allow a greater concentration of the cancer-promoting fabric, finished chemicals that makes clothing look crisp too. But Miss T, people gotta look crisp. Don't be a hater. Stop that, you tree hugger. People gotta look crisp. You can't buy or sell unless you look crisp, you know? Don't worry about the cancer, that's later. You won't be able to buy or sell unless you got crisp clothing. It needs to pop. You need to have hemlines. And don't worry about the cancer. That's a healthcare problem. That's for the healthcare industry to fix. Everything is about topical and superficial. We promote lust and need and desire where there's no need for it. Absolutely, Mr. Mike, you a domestic terrorist. You don't love America, do you? You don't even love America. You see, look at that. That's some terrorism. Greed is what we purvey. I know, but Miss Tree, come on now. You don't think the greed made a pretty world? We got this nice big wall, you know, little finger got 5 other, you got 9 other fingers he can use. All right, I'm sorry. This isn't, we might do Flip It Friday tomorrow. I don't know. That was kind of fun last week. Unless you travel around the world, you will never have a real perspective. Yvonne, I agree with you. And I think that even if you travel around the world, you still won't have a real perspective. I think your perspective will be realer. You'll be exposed to a little more. You made me think about something I posted a minute ago. I posted something a little while ago. I post things I forget about. But our issue is perspective, like the greatest foe. Where is that? Where is that at? I think our greatest foe is our sensing. I think the greatest foe of humanity, there we go. What did I say? What did I say me from like the time I got back in the time machine? I forgot what I said. Seems humanity's most talented foe is its individuals' limited experiences and bigoted sensing. Spot on. I totally agree with you. Our problems are we have limited experiences, and people with limited experiences should talk less. That's it. If you don't know different types of people from different walks and different religions and different upbringings and different classes and different nations, you really shouldn't talk as much. You should talk a lot less. I mean, talk on your experiences. Don't talk for like global stuff. Like if you haven't been global, don't talk global. If you've only been local, just talk local. And we care about local because we care about your experiences, but don't vote global. Don't do that. If you only live local, don't vote global. And that's the problem. This is what walls are here for, Ivana, right? You keep people in the country and you keep the Federation in place. Well, not the Federation. What's the Star Wars, what's the name? Darth Vader's, the Empire, right? The Empire only stays in place if you keep the people stupid and experiencing just their own experiences, but speaking for everybody else, right? That's our biggest foe and our bigoted sensing. People are born in these bodies and they become proud of where they were born and proud of their local community, but then they're allowed to vote on things at a distance that they've never been to, but then the news, which is not new because it's old, tells them how they're supposed to vote. That's what I'm saying, it's nothing new. We're always being played. We gotta focus on the fact that we're always being played. Yep, and people used to fix things instead of just throwing them out, right? People used to fix things, Megs. That's all right. I was about to do Flip It Friday. Go back to fixing things. You got a YouTube, use it. DIY, yes, Lori, you can do it yourself. Do it yourself, then you know slaves didn't do it for you. You grow it yourself, you know it's not grown in soils that shouldn't ever have a crop that a mammal ever eats. Hemp clothes, yes, Kim, I'm with you. Hemp clothes, hemp shoes, hemp houses, hemp cars. Hemp. Because on 1 acre of hemp, you can grow what it takes like 3 acres of trees to grow in like it was like 30 years. So in 3 months, not 3 months, 6 months, 6 months, you can grow enough fiber to create what it takes a tree 30 years, 3 acres of trees to create 30 in 30 years. It's common damn sense. It should be obvious why hemp was banned. It wasn't to protect you from dangerous drugs. It was to destroy other markets because Johnny D. Good Rockefeller figured out how to create cronyism, and someone else came in, was his name William Hirsch, someone like that, and all the other who thrive on other industries banned a plant that's probably sent from God that could just be used in the making of everything easily, but they didn't want to give it up. Impulse buys, big problem. Absolutely, Lori, we shouldn't be impulse buyers unless it's made by hands that live pretty close to you and grown by those hands. Fascist book is waging its its AI finger. Yeah, it is, Miss Tree. Miss Tree is in trouble. I don't know, Miss Tree. You gotta tell me what's going on. Get more from artists and handcrafters. Absolutely, Kim. Why? Because we are artists. We are handcrafters. There are people who aren't like destroying things, working for big corporations, making things with their hands. Fair trade items from around the world is a good idea, Lori. Absolutely. I'm not against world trade. I'm against not knowing where the trade is coming from. And we really don't always know that. I want to know who made it, who dug it up, who grew it. I want to see them on camera, and I want to know that they're not like in a hut being oppressed and abused and raped, and kids that being held by knife. All the things America supports. All the things our weapon trafficking around the world supports. There was a chicken talk earlier. Oh, all right, I missed. Oh, Patricia talking to Elizabeth Beck. Okay, all right, let's see. Social lives thrive if we support our own communities. Indeed, local trade. Local trade, Christine. More and more people should be bartering. Our problems are anything government can or willing or will fix. I'm still on the government side. I'm back into. I'm telling you, I'm not. I'm on Mark Zuckerberg's side. I understand him. I understand the government. This is what people want. They keep voting for it. They are not going to take on an elite that the people work for, buy from, and want to die by. They'd be stupid to do that. If people don't grow up, why would the government grow up? That makes no sense. The government is us. They put formaldehyde in flooring and furniture to preserve it. Yes, they do, Lori, because formaldehyde is good to be flushed down the toilet after you wash your floors. It's good for the ecosystem. All right, let me see. So bizarre. I was just checking out spiderweb art on one of my many open tabs just now. He said spiderweb. Yeah, spiders they make beautiful webs. Guys at Sprint look at my phone screen and say, you know, you're eligible for an upgrade. Nope, I can see through the cracks. Right, exactly. And they have no idea what you're talking about. Like you'll say, because people don't get it. And this is why I have to agree with Brother Jimmy at the top. I seen you, Jimmy. I know you're here, brother. I seen you. He said, we got to get off our butts and do something. And I disagree. I don't think we need to. I think I need to keep my butt right here, Jimmy. You're not going to like it. I know. You want me to get my Sharpie, get in the street. I know you do. But my butt is going to be firmly planted in this plastic chair made from China. It's not going anywhere because most people want this, right? Who am I to tell people the world we should have? I'm nobody. I have no rights to tell anybody the world we should have. I'm going to do my job while I'm here for a moment, trying to raise the vibe and talk about the places we could be. And if the majority people agree with it, then we don't have to get off our butts and go do anything. People would just say, all right, we're done, right? Money is a fallacy. Government is a fallacy construct, and it's only there because people get in line with it and they support this model of power and force. So as long as people agree and believe and vote for and want to keep powerful people on the planet where they always exploit that power and abuse it, then the world is how it should be. Right now, the world is how it should be. It equates our level of evolution. So I'm not about get up and do anything. I'm shiftless. Brother Jimmy, they got me shiftless. I'm not getting up to do nothing. No, because as long as people want this, then we're going to have this. But when people grow up and you see them starting to walk away from the system, they want something better, then you have something. But right now, the vast majority want this. Breathing formaldehyde causes cancer. And they put it right on the floors, Lori, right? And they're having babies, and where does the baby fall? But Lori makes cute pictures to have the baby climbing on the shiny floor after the ball, and they say, well, where does autism come from? They said autism comes from the environment, and most doctors agree on that. Who regulates the environment? Exactly. And who keeps voting for the people who are regulating? Exactly. And we don't vote for regulators to regulate the regulators. So this is where we are. Oh, you hear my seagull ringtone? Oh, yeah, Deborah, that's my. Oh, somebody called me. Yeah, people like to call me on the radio. That's my. I have bird calls because the bird calls. Who's that? Deborah. The bird calls make me think about nature. They make me for a minute feel like I'm outside, and really I'm in a cave that's probably got formaldehyde floors and toxic cancerous paint on the walls and fluorescent lighting that's probably off-gassing, and I'm breathing in, giving me lung disease and everything else to die. But then I hear my birds I'm like, oh, nature. Oh, it's so beautiful. I'm not in slavery. I'm free. It made me feel good for a minute. I think it's the sounds that do it for us. They bring cheer in us. They make us think we're in nature, and then you open your eyes like, nope, I'm still in slavery. Nope. I got to buy and sell, or they're going to throw me in prison or die. Oh, that was the other thing he agreed with yesterday, too. The politicians, after they're out of office, they'll tell you the truth. He agreed with it. He's like, yep. Because I thought he was going to fight me on it for a minute. Because sometimes I throw stuff out because I want to know how people will respond. Sometimes I say stuff I don't even agree with. I just want to see if I'm not crazy. And I was like, yeah, man, we all slaves. And he was like, yep. I was like, what? He's like, yep, we're all slaves. And right with him was somebody else. I won't say too many anything, but she worked in Washington too. She was like, yep, we're all slaves. And I was like, yeah, you agree with me. Yeah, I was like, yeah, because if you stop working, because it kind of threw me off. I didn't expect him to say that, being someone who you would think believed in Washington. I was like, yeah, because if you stop working, they either throw you in prison or, what'd I say? Throw you in prison or you die. And he was like, yeah, but there's even worse. I'm like, what? There's worse? Yeah, and I don't know if he gave me an indicator or something. He was, because I think I told him early in the conversation, I said I told him that stuff that the guy from the Pentagon told me a long time ago. The two realities, the realities that the dummies live in, and I'm paraphrasing. then it's the reality above the government. He said, no, they're like 5 realities. I'm like, 5 realities? I was like, what? And he said, yeah. And I was like, New York, and the kids living under the caves in New York. And he was like, yeah, but he said, yep. And there's also people who sell their children for food. I didn't expect to hear that. But I'm hoping he's not talking about in America. But you never know. You never know. We got walls. We got walls between the states, walls between the communities, and walls between all your 2020s and the fencing and the guards with the guns that they live behind because they love you so much. So I don't know. I just know that America is I think he said it's a second world nation. That America, because I said, yeah, that's the other thing. I said, we were going towards being a third world nation. He says, America's a second world nation, and we have one purpose, war. And if that ever stops, everything will go to China, right? Because the Chinese are people, apparently, who are more easily controlled by their government. In America, it sucks to have us as the tip of the Rothschild spears at the moment, because Americans are some of them are starting to wake up and growing an anti-war backbone, are actually starting to give a damn about children more than themselves. And when that happens, they'll just collapse our currency. The banks will just pick up and move over. That's why I say, I don't think we have a lot of time. I think that we need to grow up. And while the resources are in our nation, while we have the power, and we've got the black market Wall Street that robbed and killed all these other people, we can take the technology and feed the world. We can build houses for everybody. We can take care of everybody, and nobody has to pay for it. We got robots and automation to do it. That model will virally go around the world. Kids will start getting A's, and the teachers stop blaming them. Because now the kids are pleasant. We got an education system, the teachers being teachers, and the police being police until we don't need police, and the FBI don't need them no more. They go off on vacation all the time. Politicians can fly around. Everybody's happy. Ecosystems come back, change the world. But you gotta start changing yourself. It all starts from within. Gotta change. You gotta change that man in the mirror. What did Mikey say? I'm starting with the creature in the mirror. All right, that's wrong. I know that's wrong. I'm gonna get in trouble for that one. I love Mike. I still listen to Mike. Mike got issues, but he got issues that we gave him. All right, that the industries gave him. Mike said it first. Start with the crook in the mirror. That's what we need to start with. Everything I got is stolen, and I'm going to try to use all these stolen things to do decent things with them. I'm going to try to take all my privileges, and I'm not going to talk about your privileges. I don't care about your privileges. I'm going to take all my privileges, and I'm going to try to use them for the benefit of everybody, because I know that they were all robbed and stolen from somebody else. All right, I had to go. This is Gerard. Y'all have a great day. Love y'all to death. Now I'm out of here. Bye-bye. There is nothing new in the news. Please stop calling it the news. It is not new. You're not telling me anything we don't know. We have history. It's all the same damn thing. It's called the old. Watch the old and try to make something new out of the old. Got to get going. Y'all have a great day. Don't believe the reports from behind the ice wall, because the kings and lords have been lying to you from the beginning and sticky fingered and stuck his finger in places we don't want him to stick that finger no more because it's stinky, and he didn't get consent. Bye-bye.